Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Con TDK, Mr. So Real, and in this week's Good or Garbage, we're going to be taking a look at the new weapons, blueprints, mods, and attachments, and all that stuff. Just to let you know, that God tier sniper, the M700, is out there, and it is definitely something you guys should look at picking up. Sorry for the late video for this week. I had to go into work, actual work. So yeah, there's been a slight delay. But without further ado, why don't we get started in this week's Good or Garbage. Alright, over at the special blueprint vendor this week, we have the M700 shotgun, the surplus SVD sniper rifle, the electronic glove blueprint, the stamina mask, the extended magazine blueprint, and we have the MK4 15x scope, an electronics gear mod, and a firearms gear mod. So if you need the firearms and the electronics to buff your character anymore, or if you'd like to have the 15x scope, which I highly do not recommend, I think this is kind of a waste. 15 times used to be a lot better, but now it's trash. The extended magazine, definitely, if you don't have this, you're doing something wrong. You need to have this like long time ago. Pick it up if you don't. Stamina mask, electronics gloves, surplus SVD. A lot of people use this with Deadeye, so get out there and get to rolling if you need one. And then the M700 shotgun is a good one, although a lot of people still prefer the sausage when it comes to getting that stagger. So let's see what other things we have going on this week. Now moving over to the special equipment vendor, the Pecan is on sale, and this week the damage is a little bit higher at 20.6. Last week's was 20.3, but still the week before that was 21.1, so this has a bit of a damage reduction. It comes with competent, brutal, and Pecan. The talents this week aren't too bad, especially if you can get competent to work out for you, but it does come with a slight damage decrease. The historian, on the other hand, I would say is a definite pass for this week, as the damage is down to 44.5, which is the lowest I've seen it in a few weeks. The headshot damage is also pretty abysmal at 141. This one, it comes with destructive, deadly, and history repeats. The Cassidy comes with a 153k damage, which is also another low score for this week. It comes with meticulous, commanding, and boomstick. Definitely a pass. The Centurion, on the other hand, has the highest damage that I have seen it in the over a month. It's like 31.4, which is much higher than last week's 30.7, which is definitely worth a look. Comes with expert and cool-headed. Now, the Liberator is pretty nice at 22.2, but this is still around the same where it's been floating. It's not the best. It really needs to get up there to really draw some people in. Last week's was 22.6, and the week before that was 22.3. Kind of a pass, but it comes with prepared and it comes with commanding. Now, for the rest of the weapons that are being sold this week, the only one that I would kind of come close to recommending, because it's in a pretty nice spot, is the LVOAC. It's got 21% enemy armor damage, and it has a really nice 23.2k base damage, with the max being 23.5. So this isn't that far off from the max. It comes with accurate, it comes with dominant, and it comes with skilled. Now, skilled will help you to get your signature or your super back even faster. So coupling this with accurate to get your grouping for your bullets even tighter, and then maybe having something in the second slot would be a really nice LVOAC if you don't have one. Worth picking up. The black market SASG 12, not a huge fan of this roll, to be honest, with commanding and sustained. The Model 700, pretty low base damage and pretty shit headshot damage. The classic M60 is a pretty decent one. Comes with 12% damage to targets out of cover, 21.2 base damage. Comes with prepared, vicious, and swift. Swift will give you those faster reloads. Vicious, if you can get it to work, will give you more crit chance if you have 2 segments of health, and prepared will give you more damage from targets that are more than 30 meters away. Not too bad for LMGs if you can control it. Now, for the rest of the stuff that is also being sold, the Enduring Mask is not a bad one. The armor on it is a bit so-so at 969. I'd like to see a mask with more than 1,000 or around 1,000 if you can get it. That's pretty much the highest tier, is over 1,000, but it's still decent if you need something like that. The rest of the stuff, the armor rolls look decent on some of these things, but really the stats are not really up to snuff. Health on chest pieces is usually over 16,000, so nothing too amazing this week in terms of chest pieces. The backpacks, the operator's pack is not the best, but the striker's pack is pretty decent. The armor on it at 1289 isn't too bad. The base firearms at 1258 is not too bad. Health at 11446, plus it comes with burn resistance, which I know a lot of people would enjoy. The knee pads for this week do have a good amount of armor on them, and they're not too bad. A lot of them have burn resistance, and if this works for your build, you may want to pick it up. The Lone Star has a nice little piece of health at 15,547. And some of the other ones, as I said, have a good amount of armor on them if you need it. The holsters for this week are not really the best. I don't really recommend too many of them. Even though the final measure has a 993 armor on it, the regular rolls on it are just not that great. The Deadeye has an okay roll for electronics at 1240, and it has health on it, but the other stats are just not that good. The gloves for this week pretty much, I would say, suck. They're nothing that I would recommend. The electronics mod is not that great. The performance mod is what it is, and the rest of this stuff just does not stand out as something amazing or worth seriously recommending. So that's it for the special equipment vendor for this week. Let's go upstairs and see what else is being sold. Now upstairs in the advanced weaponry vendor, I'm going to scroll through a lot of this because most of it I am not a huge fan of personally, but there's one thing that I would definitely say I would recommend if you need one is the M700 shotgun with predatory, destructive, and competent. And the base damage on it at 168 is pretty nice. The stagger could be a bit higher, but that is what it is. The rest of this stuff just doesn't really cut it when it comes to spending your hard-earned money on it. I would definitely say you may want to pass on a lot of these other things, but that's about it. So if you need a shotgun, this is a good place to go pick one up this week. All right, let's see what else is out there. Alright, just a quick heads up. In the base, there's the weapon vendor selling an MP5 ST. The base damage is not too bad at 19.4. The crit hit chance is pretty poo-poo, but it does come with responsive, dominant, and meticulous. Now, if you could re-roll maybe dominant and get deadly on this, to have responsive and to have meticulous, I think is not a bad thing to have on an MP5. Having that extra damage up close, plus you can have the chance, 25% chance to instantly refill a magazine, which could keep you shooting and put the other guy down even faster. Not too bad. If you're looking for an MP5 ST, this may be one to check out this week. All right, let's see what else is going on. All right, over at the last call, there is a pretty decent shotgun. The Tactical Super 90, the stagger is not that great. The base damage is all right, but the talents on it are pretty nice to have. Brutal, competent, and determined. Having determined will get you your skills cooled down by 7.5%, plus having competent will give you 10% damage. Now having determined, getting those skill cooldowns even faster, plus competent using a skill will give you more damage, works pretty well together. Having brutal, if you can hit those headshots, would make it even faster to kill. And all of this pretty much synergizes very well together. If you like flick shotting with the sniper, this is a not a bad one to go and try and pick up. It's a good thing to practice if you're looking for something to kind of boost yourself up when it comes to skillful play. All right, let's see what other things are going on this week. Now, as a side off chance, over at the ward, there is a stamina mod that the stamina portion of it is not that great at 243, but the health attribute at 3,270 may be what some people are looking for. So if you're looking for a stamina mod and you're looking for health and you're desperate for it, this may be a pretty decent one to pick up, have a nice little piece of health. I'd like to see the stamina portion a bit higher, but 243, you do what you can. All right, let's see what other things are out here. Just as a little bit of a heads up, over in Park Avenue, there is a ACR with some nice talents on it. The enemy armor damage is pretty good at 22. The base damage at 22.4 is a bit low for this type of weapon. 23.5 it gets up to, and maybe even higher. But this comes with destructive, it comes with brutal, and it comes with competent in the third slot. I've kind of gotten into the habit of recommending weapons that come with competent in the third slot just because it's a rarely, I guess, rare talent to come up in the third slot for free. Plus brutal and destructive. This is a really good PvE weapon. So if you're doing PvE content, this is a pretty good one to look at. It might get you through some of the more challenging things like the incursions and so forth. The rest of this stuff, not too bad for the SASG 12. Destructive and fierce aren't that bad, but ferocious is something you may want to kind of pass on. The rest of the stuff I'm not too happy about, but definitely if you need a PvE ACR, this is a pretty nice one to take a look at. Now over in East 53rd Street, just as a heads up, there is a hunting M44, which I don't really recommend with toxic, ferocious, and competent. Thought I'd throw it out there. But the star of the show for this vendor is the tactical gloves. With the armor at 991, savage plus critical hit chance at 5, enemy armor damage at 7. It's not too bad, but the kind of 50-50 that you have is the dilemma between assault rifle damage at 1312 and the electronics at 1199. You will have to make a decision on which one of those you'd like to see buffed, but overall, having that much armor on some gloves plus having enemy armor damage, critical hit chance, and being assault rifle for people who use assault rifles is not too bad. It's not the greatest, but it's not horrible. So if you need something like that, go ahead and check it out. Now we just talked about some assault rifle gloves, and now it's time to talk about some SMG gloves. Over in East 53rd Street, we've got some operator gloves. The armor is not as high, but it does have a little bit more flexibility in terms of what to re-roll off. We got 1263 for electronics, which is definitely not bad. Cunning, after reloading, your shot has a 10% higher crit hit chance, comes with 5% crit hit chance, 15% crit hit damage, and it comes with 890 SMG damage. These are decent gloves. They're not the God Roll Amazos, but this is pretty decent if you're running SMG and you need something to kind of get you through until you find something better. This is definitely not something you will want to pass if you're an SMG user and you don't have anything better. This is pretty solid all around if you need something like this. So go ahead and check it out if it fits your build. Alright guys, the moment of truth. In West 39th Street, the M700 Carbon is being sold, and this is a god tier sniper. For my sniper brethren out there who've been looking for a decent sniper, damn near very good sniper, this is the god tier, man. This is about as good as you're gonna get from a vendor as far as I can see, unless they decide to just lose their damn mind. So with this thing, you got 170 headshot damage. With this character, this is not my sniper build character, take that in mind. We have 131 base damage. It comes with prepared, intense, and elevated. Now I'm going to show you some footage of my actual sniper build with the real god roll. I can't think of anything better on that sniper, and it is better than this one that you can buy, but this one is god tier. It is very close, so this is some footage for you guys to take a look at to see how it compares. The base damage is a bit lower, the headshot damage is a bit lower, but it is comparable and it is very good. Now when it comes to the rerollable talents, the one that you can buy comes with intense, but I have opted to roll that off of my version. I didn't have brutal on mine, so I rolled it off, but it does have the same talents of elevated and prepared for that bonus damage. So if you want to get one of the best, if not the best, sniper rifles that you can buy, the M700 Carbon is the one to pick up, and you definitely want to go and get it. Don't let people fool you and tell you that it's the god roll and it's the best that it can ever be. It is not, because I obviously have one that is better, but that does not mean it is not bad, and it is not something you shouldn't pick up. You definitely by all means should pick this up if you don't have one to the caliber of the one that I have, or to caliber of this one. This is definitely an amazing sniper rifle, and I highly recommend it. And yeah, that's about it. Go ahead and go get it. Over in East 31st Street, for the people who still don't have a Barris chest piece, there's a pretty nice little Spec Ops armor that has 1721 base armor on it. The firearms is nothing to write home about, but it comes with Reckless. It comes with 10% exotic damage resilience and 15,497 health. Plus it has a little bit of ammo capacity. Now this is, I would say, a pretty good starter. It could be easily replaceable, but it is decent. Having ammo capacity and having health plus exotic damage resilience is not too bad. With Reckless, you will take more damage, but you will deal more damage. The little bit of armor on it is okay. You will have to reroll firearms on it, but if you don't have anything better than this may be something you want to look into if that is the kind of build that you're looking for. If you have a decent Barris chest piece, you definitely don't want to pick this up, but if you don't have anything to this caliber, you may want to give it a shot. Alright guys, that is it for this week's Good or Garbage. I hope you guys found something interesting this week, or something that you wanted to pick up. That God tier sniper is definitely something I think everybody should grab a hold of, because you never know if you'll find a better sniper than that one. Also, as a heads up, the Easter double rewards event is going on right now, so if you're not involved in that on the PlayStation 4, then you definitely should take a look at it. It comes with extra loot, so from April 14th to the 16th, named bosses will drop additional rewards, and from the 16th to the 18th, the field proficiency caches will be doubled for Easter, so you can go ahead and join that event. The event's alert is out there, so go ahead and check that out if you are still heavy into the division. But that is pretty much it for this week. I am Khan, TDK, Mr. So Real. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and don't forget to check out the Facebook page, the official page, and the group page. I'm posting stuff all the time, and if you are not following me on Twitter, you definitely should, because I post information on what's going on with me and also with the channel, and some other clips and stuff on there for fun as well. Sorry for the late video for this week. I did have to go into work, so nothing I could do about that. But thank you guys for your continued support. It really does mean a lot, even though the Good or Garbage series has fallen a bit since there are a lack of players. I hope that you guys do stick around and show love. And until next week, I'm Khan, TDK, Mr. So Real. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.